Hi everyone. It's Valentine's Day. Whether you're spending it alone or with a partner, I think it's nice once in a while to talk about love and romantic bonds. Your feedback on my toxic friendship video was greatly appreciated. The point of this video is to give me my best advice when it comes to new relationships. Like, what do you have to keep in mind when you jump into a new relationship, when you meet somebody that could potentially become a partner? There are things that I think are important to look out for. I've been in this situation many times. This advice that I'm going to give you is one that I wish I had at the time. I think today, people are very scared of relationships, and there is some anxiety around the whole love thing. Sorry, I think I'm gonna bump into you the whole video. There is a lot of anxiety when it comes to love today. Like, are we headed the right direction? Is this like, we kind of withhold a lot of what we have to give just because we're so scared of being hurt. And I don't know why is that. I remember talking to my mom a long time ago, and she told me that at the time they didn't ask themselves that many questions. Like, she's shocked at how much we question ourselves when we jump into new relationships. There's so many, like, we talk about timing, we talk about like conditions and so many things. Just like, we would just try, like, jump into it and see what happens. And today it seems like you guys are looking out for so many things in order to maybe not do it, not enter a relationship. It's like we're sabotaging ourselves. Just so, and it made me think. Today I have one tip that has a lot of subcategories, but it's one crucial, essential advice that I wish everybody would keep in mind when they're headed towards a new relationship. I doubt that it's applicable on the long run. In my opinion, this advice is meant for a new relationship, like when you're at the start of a bond, or like entering a relationship with somebody. I wouldn't say this is something you can well, in a way, I've never been in a long relationship. Full disclosure, I'm not going to give any type of advice for something that belongs to the long-term relationship realm. This advice is meant to answer the following question. How do I know that this person is going to treat me well? How do I know if I'm headed to heartbreak? Is there a way that I can possibly anticipate which person is good for me or not? The answer is yes. There is one way that never fails. A little disclaimer, I am not a therapist. I'm just somebody with a lot of experience when it comes to dating. For the sake of this video, I cannot go into that much detail, so it's going to be a lot of generalizing. I'm sorry in advance. Of course, everybody is different, but I think this one tip, I'm pretty sure you would agree that it's a good one to keep in mind. Your compass into any new relationship is your stress level. And that is good news for everybody like me who struggles with very high stress levels. You're gonna ask yourself these questions. How do I feel about this person? Am I inexplicably attracted to that person? Am I confused about whether or not they're interested? Am I coming across weird signs? And finally, is my body trying to tell me something? And these questions all belong to the same big group, and my main advice, which is listen to your stress levels. And I'm going to explain why these questions are crucial and why is it your stress that will tell you if this person is going to be good for you or not. More than stress, I want to say intuition. but I feel like somehow intuition is still a very loose word and kind of blurry, because there's one definition for intuition. It's like the sensing of something that is approaching, the sensing that something is right or not. But it's sensing can be explained in different ways by different people. It's a lot about perspective, but the same way perspectives are different. That's why I'm going to refer to stress, but keep in mind that it's not really stress. It's more your intuition, but intuition can translate itself into stress to catch your attention. But I feel like everybody knows what stress is, whereas intuition can be a bit more tricky to fully grasp. The first one, how do I feel about this person? Any kind of bad feeling is your intuition talking to you. When you feel a bit weird about something, and you're like, for some reason, there's something off, but I don't really know what it is. Many of us have had their feelings and opinions dismissed by caretakers in childhood. Many of us were told that, our feelings weren't true or not important. Many of us were not heard properly, which led to doubting ourselves in the way that if my parents or caretakers didn't pay attention to what I'm feeling, then why should I? But you never stop feeling. So these feelings will still be there, but in a subdued manner and sometimes a little bit harder to understand it. But only you know why you have a feeling. You meet somebody and you're like, everything sounds okay. Like they're obviously, from what's on paper, it's there shouldn't be anything to worry about. Yet you feel something is off. So whether it is true or not, I would say keep that feeling in a corner of your head, because unless you react the same way to everybody, like everybody is a threat to you, in that case, I strongly advise you to go see a therapist, because that means that you live on high alert, and that could hide like a deeper trauma. And this is not a way to live. Like, you should be able to trust people and to welcome people into your life. So if you're suffering from constant threat by everybody around you, maybe it's a good idea to see what's the deep problem under all of that, and a therapist could help you. As a general rule, trust your first impression, because people can play so many different types of roles, and if you've got the right radar and you can see behind a mask, trust that. Second one, am I inexplicably attracted to that person? So you might think, well, it's important to have physical attraction. It's important to feel the desire, the lust, all of that. Of course, it belongs to the romantic realm. But when you are inexplicably attracted and it's like a matter of life or death, and you're just obsessed with that person, and there's like this physical raging fire, and you like instantly, you don't know them, and yet there is like the strongest pull you've ever felt. You could mistake that for love and like incredible chemistry. I suggest that you rethink that. I used to be one of that person. I thought that love was only dictated by how much I desired my partner or this person that I just met, because oftentimes a strong attraction is or could be a reenaction of a trauma, of an unhealed trauma that is repeating itself in your life until you learn your lesson, because something is unresolved in your mind, and you are attracted to what is not really set in your mind until that becomes a lesson learned. That's what you could call a karmic partner. And if you're familiar in the spiritual awakening, you must have come across the word karmic partner. Basically, this is a karmic partner in this current life is somebody that you've dealt with before in a past life that is coming back into this current life to make you learn that lesson. So of course it feels instant because you've known them before, and You know, it's another chance for you to deal with the problem. They'll keep coming back, and you'll keep feeling like, you know, when you say, oh, we don't feel like strangers, it's like we knew each other from the beginning. There was an instant ease, instant connection, instant attraction. That could be that. A karmic partner is not your soulmate, and it's not because you keep coming across that situation, so karmic, that it is meant for you. It is meant for you to learn from that situation and let them go. So of course, when you meet somebody that could be a karmic partner, it's gonna feel incredibly exciting in the beginning, but you will be hurt. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with you know, consuming a very strong desire. In regards of, is this person going to hurt me? Then the answer is most likely when you come across karmic partners. Third, am I confused about whether or not they're interested? I think this is my favorite one, because I was confused. So I was confusion many times. Their words didn't match their action. Their words were so positive towards a relationship and or just towards me in general. Their words meant that, you know, they could be interested in having a relationship with me, and I believed in that. And their actions didn't tell me this. I mean, their actions told me the opposite. Sometimes their actions match, and sometimes they don't. It's like this inconsistency, which was so hard for me to understand. It made me doubt myself, because as somebody also I was diagnosed with an anxiety disorder. Because of this high anxiety that I have, maybe I'm just seeing wrong things where they shouldn't be. Like maybe I'm overreacting, maybe, and you know, and so that was even more confusing for me, because I was doubting myself. I thought that I was crazy, because sometimes, you know, sometimes they were good and sometimes they were not, but somehow I kept focusing on like the bad times and then dismissing my own feelings because I thought that I was crazy. So, you know, and it's like, it's a vicious circle. One thing that I never did in regards to that confusion is I never asked. I never asked directly, because I was petrified that if I asked, they would go. If I asked, hey, this is going that way, I'm developing strong feelings for you, how is it for you? Are we on the same page? Blah, 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 blah. Or are you interested in me? Are you interested in pursuing this relationship? And I never asked, because I thought that if I revealed my feelings, that would scare them away. When you ask directly and they confront you with this sort of avoidant answer, like, oh, do I have feelings for you? Let's just see where this is going. Or let's just keep it simple, without ever sharing their feelings, even though, you know, they can be honest. It doesn't have to be like, if they say, oh, I really appreciate you, I love spending time with you, I wish to continue to get to know you. Positive, you know, they're not saying, oh, I love you, you know, this is not the answer that you want to hear, like at this, you know, at this point. But if on the contrary, they are not clear with where they stand in this bond, then sadly, I would say they're not interested in having a relationship with you. And it's the hard truth, and it's, you know, hard to swallow, but, you know, confusion unveils games. If you feel confused, there's a great chance that somebody is playing with you. The aim of this whole point is this person going to hurt me? Am I headed in the right direction? Because if you both want to play, if you both want to have a good time, have fun. But if you're afraid of getting hurt and you're confused, this is a strong sign that there is something not going the way it should, because two people wanting a relationship together will both walk towards the other. You won't feel like this person is running away, The right person won't run away. There won't be like a push and pull game. There won't, trust me. 4, am I coming across weird signs? So this is the little which part of this video. When I say weird signs, I'm talking about bad omens. Bad omens take their power from your intuition that is linked to it. When you see something and you're like, I don't know why, but this looks like a bad sign for me. It's because your subconscious knows before your mind does. I always say this in all of my videos. Your subconscious and your body, your sensual vessel, the senses, intuition, know before. A bad omen, you attribute the power to the bad omen. When you see something, you're like, this is a good sign. It's because you have a good feeling about something. When you say, oh, this is shitty, why am I seeing this? It's because you know deep down that something is off. Trust that what you see reveals how you feel inside, and sometimes you need an external sign to validate what you feel inside. I have a little story time that is scary. The first person who destroyed my heart, like one of my biggest, a little bit of a reveal time. I had 2 big heartbreaks at this point in my life. Same patterns, but anyway, in the first one, at the very beginning of when we met, I took a picture of that person with an analog camera. And when I developed the pictures, only the pictures that I took of that person were black. Pitch black, like nothing came out. I was like, I really wanted to have a picture of that person. It's a shame that my analog camera didn't work at that point, because all of the other pictures were clear. Just the ones that I took of that person. Years later, I meet somebody else, and anyway, long story short, we go take analog pictures of each other. I take countless pictures of that person. They take pictures of me. I go to develop the role. Nothing came out. Black. On 2 occasions did my analog roles came out wrong. On 2 occasions in my life. And it were the 2 people who made me feel the worst. I swear, when I got this, on the second occasion, when I got back the pictures, I was like, this is a sign. This is going to be the same thing as with the first person. And it was the same thing. Another one. God, this is okay. I meet the second person again, and things were I was confused. I was in this high anxiety situation. Like, I was stressed all the time. Something was so off. I felt restless. I was just confused because I didn't know where this was going, and I was just, not good. And I go out to take a walk and think a little bit about the whole situation. On my way, I see a wing, a clipped wing with feathers on the street, just a single wing, a real wing, without the bird attached to it, just a wing on my way. And I'm like, oh no, because, I'm also very connected to these omens. And when I see one, I'm like, oh no, because I know that deep down this means that something is not going to work out, and I knew it, and I didn't want to accept that. I wanted to deny it, and when I saw the wing, I was like, no, this could be anything. It doesn't have to be a bad omen. Like, not this time with my spooky stuff. No, this is a true story. Then I'm with that person, and we're walking on the beach, and we're walking together, and on our way, I see another wing. Cut off, feathers on, same bird, just the wing. I swear to you, my heart was racing because I was with the person and I saw another wing. And I'm just like, this cannot be clearer. The universe was sending bird wings at me, just telling me, don't go there. This person is going to clip your wings. This person is going to prevent you from flying. You will fall. What else do you want? You've got a black picture. You've got 2 bird wings. Go. And I didn't go because I wanted it to work so bad, but it did not work out, and I got heartbroken. So that's why I'm doing all this. It's because trust yourself, trust what you see, trust the first thoughts that you have when you are seeing a certain situation. Trust yourself. If there's one little bad feeling, this means something. Trust yourself when your parents couldn't. Trust yourself when nobody else does. You have this power, please use it. And the last one is my body trying to talk to me. So we've got the universe talking to us. Now let's feel what's inside our body. I want to talk about somatics. Somatics is basically how your body can tell you something that you have trouble facing in your mind. We just bottle up feelings until they explode. They can explode in the form of somatics. We somatize what we can't explain for many reasons, and it can translate into many bodily affections like headaches, stomach aches, but something that is chronic. You know, it keeps coming back. You for a period of time, you just have these crazy headaches and these crazy stomach aches, just something that your body does that is not right, is not usual, and yet it's just chronic, and you're like, what's wrong with me? For me, because I had them as well, to give you an example, I had cysts. So my 2 heartbreaks, the first one, two of them I had cysts, and they're years apart. First one, I had a cyst inside my mouth, like right here, that would bleed from time to time. It was inside, it was sometimes very painful, sometimes I didn't feel it, but it was just there for, like, on the day I met that person to the day I finally let go, I had the cyst in my mouth. The second one, I had cyst in my eye, in the form of a chalazion, but it appeared right at the same time that I felt highly stressed about this new person. And since we're not in contact anymore, do you see any chalazion in my eyes? Oh, I also had a cyst in my foot. I remember I had a cyst in my foot. Like, and I couldn't walk. Oh my God, now I'm prone to cysts. That's something that is, you know, personal to me. I'm prone to cysts, and I had a cyst in my foot, like between 2 knuckles of the front side of my foot, and like it was touching a nerve, and I had to get operated because it was preventing me from walking. So I had a cyst in my eye, a cyst in my foot. You can't see, you can't walk, can't see the truth, can't walk away, and my mouth can't express, can't be who I really am. Stomach ache, something in your guts, you feel it in your guts. Trust that your body will tell you as a last resort. You know, sometimes if you're deaf to your own thoughts, if you're deaf to your own emotions, if you avoid, if you ignore, if you deny, your body is your last chance for you to run away and to understand that something is off. Your body will never let you down. He's your ally in all things because your intuition lives in there, and it's got so many ways of telling you when something is right or not. To conclude, the right person that will not hurt you, the right person that wants to be here for you and do good to you, will not leave you questioning everything. It will not leave you in a pool of anxiety, in a pool of stress. It will not make you doubt yourself. Love and a relationship is supposed to be fluid, smooth, and make you feel your best. It's supposed to elevate you and help you become the person that you are meant to be. even though you can do that on your own, but a relationship can, you know, trigger that as well. You know, we're social beings, sometimes we need a little push. It's teamwork, but even though you can do this on your own as well. The right person is easy to communicate with. The right person will soothe this stress. The right person will soothe your heart, your mind, your body. There won't be so many, you know, alarms ringing and be like, go away, please go away. This is not right. This is not right. Unless you've been traumatized. And again, it was what I said earlier in my first point. Unless you deal with unhealed traumas, and in which case, please go see a therapist. It will do wonders to you. Trust me. I went there and it helped me greatly. Even though I still have like a high alert mode, you know, some people are so genuine that they won't threaten your peace of mind. Look for these people, they are there, but you have to decipher, because we're attracted to those who kind of trigger the bad thing in us, especially when we're used to chaotic circumstances and situation. We will be attracted to them because this is how psychology works. The brain chases what it knows, even though it's bad. But we can step back and look into our body and mind. How do we feel? Do we have a bad feeling? Is our body trying to tell us something? Do we see weird signs? What's, you know, is the picture generally good, or are there like many black spots that we refuse to look at in the face because we think that we are dysfunctional and we are not capable of judging right? We are our best guide. I hope this helps. Let me know if you've got other tricks to, you know, what helps you navigate headfirst into relationships, what helps you decipher if somebody is meant for you or not. What are your little things that you look for? Writing this down helped me also get the whole picture for myself and understand where I went and why things went the way they did for me. And yeah, I hope that my experience in this can help you as well, and I'll see you in another video. Bye, bisous.